Hello, gentle viewers. This is Avindian, welcoming you to a new episode of Twilight Struggle, the Cold War board game made digital. In our last episode, we did some very basic introductory stuff. Hopefully people understand the game a lot better than they did the first time I played it. And now we're on the first round of turn number 2. I just played the headline phase, which got me to realize they have the Europe scoring card. So we're going to try to increase our control over Europe as much as we can. They can't do coups, they can't do realignment rolls, so we're going to just make sure we have a stranglehold on Italy. And for that, we're going to play... I could totally screw them out of Yugoslavia. That would be funny. Basically means the stronger this gets, the stronger I would get. Okay, they can't coup. I'm going to play the Olympic Games for influence. I'm going to bolster Italy. And that's going to be enough for me. Because I can't take any of their battlegrounds. They only have 2, so we're guaranteed... Wait. Why are they considered to have 3 battlegrounds? Oh, I don't have enough non-battlegrounds. That's the problem. So I can't get domination. In that case, we'll actually go back. We're going to change our strategy. I didn't realize that. Yeah. We need one more country. And Spain and Portugal looks awfully tasty. So we'll actually burn NORAD for influence. We'll take Spain and Portugal. Notice now we have domination. And I'll add 1 to Italy to make it more difficult to take. Now let's see what the Soviets do. If the Soviets are smart, they'll realize their situation can't really get any better. And mine can only get better. So they should be playing the Europe scoring card now. But we'll see what they do. No, they're playing for realignment. Interesting. In Iran, but they failed. Which is really weird. I got a really good roll. So that's actually a good chance to explain realignment rolls. Realignment rolls... allow you to reduce the enemy's influence and increase your own. In this case, because of this country, the best they can do is kick me out of Iran. They can't actually take over Iran with a realignment roll, but they can kick me out. And they got a +3 to their die roll because they control 3 countries adjacent. Iraq, Afghanistan, Pakistan. So this is really lucky. I got a 4, they got a 5. No, I got a 5, they got a 5. So we're tied. So nothing happens. When you use an operations card for a realignment roll, you get to do that many realignment rolls. So if you use a 4 op, you can do 4 realignment rolls. So they're going to be doing another realignment roll here in a second. Are they going to try Iran again? Yeah, that was smart. So we just lost Iran, which sucks. But it's not the end of the world. Oh, actually, it is the end of the world. Shit. I can't get Iran back. Clever girl. I was not paying attention. That was actually very bad for us. That's actually a very intelligent use. Because you can only place influence in a country you're adjacent to, and I don't have a country adjacent to Iran now. They've got it totally surrounded. You clever bastard. I could burn the China card. Just to try to get Iran back. Let me see something, just as an experiment. Okay, I can't do it in Iran because no one has any influence there. So then that's not the best choice. I can't get into Pakistan. Do we try Iraq? Now, if we could get Iraq from them, it would be challenging. But if we could get Iraq from them, it would disrupt their entire Middle East strategy. This is actually not a bad card to play as an event. But I'm actually going to burn the China card to make a coup attempt in Iraq. Why can't I make one? There we go. Okay. So I cannot, because of how stable Iraq is, there's nothing I can do to get control of Iraq. I can only erode theirs. Wait, does that actually help? I don't have anything adjacent to Iraq, so even if I kick them out, I can't put them there. I would just slow them down. A coup attempt in Egypt would actually be much smarter. And I would not burn the China card. I would not waste the China card on that. Instead, we'll go ahead and play the Cambridge 5. Because I have no scoring cards, so it can't hurt me. I thought we turned the music off. I'll reduce the ambient volume too. We'll see how that helps. Okay. So I'm going to use this as a coup attempt, and we're going to do it in Egypt. This is a much better play for us. It's a 50-50 shot. We'll either, actually it's better than 50, it's 66%. We'll either kick them out, or we'll get the country for ourselves. And we got the country for ourselves. And we decreased DEFCON, which was really important to me, because now it means they can't do any more coup attempts. But it doesn't matter. If they're even halfway smart, they'll just drop influence in Iran, and I'll have nothing I can do about the Middle East. At least not right away. It was very clever of them to kick me out of Iran. Oh, they're burning it on the space race. That's fine. And they failed. Okay, so there's 4 rounds remaining. And a lot of these are just bad cards. Actually, this one isn't bad, because I have the China card. I'll go ahead and play some influence with it. Libya, yes. A stealth battleground country that the USSR can't get to. What are we going to do here? I'll burn the socialist governments or Fidel on the space race. Neither one of them are great. Okay, the AI finally decided to play the Europe scoring card, which is to my advantage. I have domination. That was very smart of them, because it was never going to get any better for them this turn. It just took them a while to realize that. You know what? I'm going to kick them out of Yugoslavia. No, I don't want to do that. I want to figure out which of these is worse. Space race. No, I want to do space race last. Let's just use this for... Do I use it as an event? No, I'd rather have this when it's less expected. We'll just play it for influence. Okay. We'll take Libya. And I think we need to start paying attention to Asia again. We'll add 1 to South Korea. What are the Soviets going to play this time around? So my overall strategy right now, basically this turn is a win for me because of the Europe scoring card. Okay, I get to kick someone out of one uncontrolled country in Europe. I basically have Finland or Austria. I will pick Austria. And then they'll get 1 point to do with whatever they want. Oh, by the way, these cards that have a little star here, these are promotional cards that were added to the game. And they burn it on influence. Where they're going to go? Iran. They added an influence in South Korea. That's actually really clever. Alright, I have no choice. We got to play the China card. Because it gives me 5 points there. It means no Formosan resolution. I don't care. And I've got 3 more influence anywhere in Asia. Do we start trying to weaken their control of North Korea? I think that actually would be a lovely idea. So in order to get into a country where another one has control, it costs you 1 influence point to break their control and then 1 to add. So that was a really good play, the China card. Okay, you can go away now. That lets you. I was curious where they added the point, and they added it in South Korea. So they plays Nasser, and I'll lose Egypt. That's not the worst thing in the world. I'm going to play the Olympics for some more influence. Put 1 in Egypt. No. Go back. I could actually control the North Korea, couldn't I? No, I'll be 1 short. 2 short, actually. Turn is over. We now enter turn 3.
My purpose is to help us move out of the dark chamber of horrors into the light. To find a way by which the minds of men, the hopes of men,
no talking.
The souls of men everywhere can move forward.
This is getting really irritating.
And happiness and well-being.
Okay, we're actually going to turn all the effects off. I'm sorry. Well, actually, we can turn the music back on. No, actually, we can't have any sound. If it still does the voices, then we'll have to find something else to do about that. Okay. Okay, that makes DEF CON a lot better, but I don't want to open up Europe. I've got a stranglehold there. So here's the information I have. I have the Middle East scoring card. I am almost certainly not going to be able to get anything other than presence in the Middle East. If I play the Middle East scoring card right now, no one gains any points. I'm really tempted by that, but this card is also really amazing because every card they get becomes weaker. And I think we have to do this. And then I'll play the Middle East scoring card right away. And they just played to strengthen Romania, which is a weird decision, but it's not the worst. Okay, what are you thinking, Soviet Union? I kind of wish the music was still on, just so there's something in the background when I'm not talking, but I'm sorry, the quotes are just getting really... Okay, they're actually going to play the China card. You sneaky bastards. Coup attempt. Let's coup you out of Egypt. Let's at least try. Brilliant. I now have a stranglehold on Egypt, which means they don't really have an easy way to expand their control of the Middle East. Okay, leave Iran alone. As long as they don't move into Iran, I can keep this an even fight. Actually, I do need to put like 1 influence at Libya. You can take Africa or Southeast Asia. That's fine. The deck got reshuffled. Asia scoring card is in there somewhere. All these events are bad. What would this be? This would be neutral, so let's go ahead and burn the Middle East scoring card now, when it can't hurt me. I reduce DEF CON by... Oh, shit. If I play this, I lose the game. That's bad. Okay, they're going to play you an intervention, which neutralizes this card, which is important because it actually would have cost him the game. Moving into Greece, are we? Intriguing. Okay, this is going to force him to play a scoring card. Let's do it. And then I get operations too. Let's take Libya. And another point in North Korea. So they either have to play a scoring card or they lose their turn. Oh, they have the Europe scoring card. Sneaky. Okay, here's the bad part. These are all really bad cards for us. And we have to pick which one of these is the least bad. Okay. This card makes us lose the game. This card basically costs us France. But I can regain that because they don't have an easy way to add influence to it. This gives them Cuba. And that reduces my influence in Western Europe. These are all bad cards. But unfortunately, only one card would instantly end the game. So we're going to burn this on the space race. And we succeeded. So we can now play 2 space race cards a turn. And I cannot tell you how excited I am. I cannot tell you how glad I am that I can now use 2 cards on the space race this turn. Because it means I can negate one of these other cards. Oh, blockade is so good. Oh, did they not play it as an event? Okay, they did. Wait, what? Okay, what happened? Oh, he used blockade for influence in Thailand. Okay. They've got the Asia scoring card. And we can't do a coup in Asia, can we? That's fine. We're going to play Fidel for influence because this is a bad card, but it's the least bad card. And then we'll burn one of these cards on the space race. And then I will use you for influence. And now I have North Korea. And I'll take the Philippines too. They're going to get points out of me, but there's nothing I can do about that. Oh, no, sorry, that's for the Southeast Asia scoring card. What about the regular Asia card? Yeah, if they have the Asia scoring card, it's actually very much in my favor if they play it. So I am totally cool with that. Ah, sneaky. This is not great. Yeah, they just kicked me out of Israel. And the last thing we'll do is we'll burn De Gaulle. We'll burn socialist governments on the space race. I succeeded again. Man, we are shooting up the space race track. Just like the real United States did. How are we doing on time? We might get through one more turn. So now the mid-word cards are shuffled into the deck. We weathered the early Soviet storm. Because again, a lot of these early cards are Soviet. Pro-Soviet. We're actually in a pretty good spot. And this also opens up a lot more scoring chances. Interesting. So what do we want to play here? That gives me some free influence. I like the idea of this one. Why wouldn't you let me look at the board? Nah, actually, it's not that useful right now. What does this one do again? Yeah, we'll do this. Let's do grain sales. Grain sales to Soviets is a good one. And they pick liberation theology. Keep it. Play it right now. That was really lucky. Liberation theology is not so great, but I can't do anything about that. Okay. Now Sadat expels Soviets, gets rid of all... I have pretty firm control over Egypt, so that card's not that isn't that great to me. Panama Canal returned isn't bad. It gives me an influence in Panama, Costa Rica, and Venezuela. Let's do it. It's a good opening move. Oh, so that was their turn, wasn't it? They're using NORAD to make a coup where? In Panama. And they just won. Well, that's not great. So I need to make a coup in a non-battleground. Oh, those buttholes got Mexico when I wasn't paying attention. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is actually really bad for us. If they've got Central America scoring card, we're boned. So, we need to think of another option here. If I lose this roll, I lose the game. So that's not such a great idea. What is that? In 4 different African and or Southeast Asian countries. Oh, this is bad. Sometimes, especially as a U.S. player, I struggle because you have to consider the whole map. With the Soviets, you can focus on one part at a time, but with this U.S., it's actually really tricky. How do we not have domination anymore? Oh, because they control more countries than I do. Yeah, total they have 6 countries, I only have 5. That's fine. It makes sense, by the way, why they went for Greece. That was actually pretty smart of them. Do I burn the China card to take something as silly as the Dominican Republic just so they don't have control? No. I can't touch Central America. There's nothing I can do about that this turn. I kind of need to chalk that up as a bad job. And then Asia's very much in play. The Middle East is very much in play. I'm going to use the China card. I think this is the best choice. We'll go for influence. And I get 5 influence as long as all of it is in Southeast Asia. Or is in Asia. So we're going to put 1 in Indonesia. 2 in Malaysia. That'll let me go into Thailand next turn. One more in North Korea, 1 more in South Korea. Which should basically mean they can't get North Korea back. If they're smart, they'll play Central American scoring card and they'll get a crap ton of points off of it. There's nothing I can do about that. That was very well played on the AI's part. I ignored Mexico to my peril. Influence, okay. And where'd you play your influence? Sure. Zaire, Nigeria, and Colombia. Okay. All right. Let's just play some more influence. I'll actually use colonial rear guards just to play influence. Yeah, I need to get back in Israel. I can't have them kick me out of Israel. There shouldn't be a mid-war card that actually gives the U.S. player control of Israel, or at least kicks the Soviets out. Space race for sure. Yeah, they're going real hardcore for Central and South America. I can't do anything about it. Space race for sure. Summit. I add 1 for each region I dominate or control. I have a specific question about Summit, and that's my biggest concern. Because Summit is tricky. So if I play Summit and I win the die roll and I move it to 1, do I lose the game or do they lose the game? It would be my card, so I think I would lose regardless of who actually won. Now, actually, Latin American Death Squad is actually not the best. Is actually not the worst choice. Except I can't take any non-battlegrounds. Let me go ahead and play Panama Canal Returned. It'll give me some free influence. Yeah, we're going to play mostly for influence at this point. Maybe try to get control over Israel this turn. Okay, so I get to reduce their power in Poland. And they took Algeria. Oh, you sneaky jerks. That's probably what you were doing this whole time, trying to get Algeria before I could get there. You sneaky bastards. I'm going to play you for influence. This will make it harder for them to kick me out of Israel again, the way they did before. I need to try actually be a little bit more active in Europe. Okay, NATO does go into effect. Which basically gives me a lot more power there. Where did you put it in? You put one in Japan, you dick? Oh, damn it. That was mean. Now I've got to burn a card on it. I don't really need Sadat burn kicks out the Soviets because Soviets aren't even there. Let's play for your influence. They'll get the China card next time too. We need to kick them out of these places as best we can. The problem is we can't do realignment rolls. Unless it gets back up to 4. Yeah, that doesn't actually do anything. It gives me a VP. You stay out of Japan. You leave Japan alone. 1 in Vietnam. Actually, this means I can play this here. That basically means I'll never get it back, though. Let me play you for influence. Okay, I need to start expanding as best I can. I'm going to put 1 in Venezuela. Just try to make it contested. And I can burn a card on the space race. Berlin Wall. Wow, you're playing it for influence? Okay. You're playing hardcore on this. You did it again, you jerks. Leave Japan alone. I need to get them out of Japan somehow. Alright, we're going to burn de Gaulle leads France on the space race. I succeeded again. So now, this is actually a really good card. Now they get to pick their headline event first, which means Wait. Oh, I didn't do any mill ops last turn, so they gained 2 VP. That wasn't smart. Oh well. The important thing is DEF CON improves, and even more importantly is that now they have to show me their headline phase first. So now we'll see how they play, and then we'll go from there. Indo-Pakistani war would actually be a really good idea if we could pull it off. Okay, they want DEF CON to get better. This is useful just because they wouldn't get the China card. And now Asia's still off. Okay, so this makes it 4. Oh, yes. That's exactly what I need. I can try to take I can try to take some of these countries I've lost. That'll be really good. Okay, they did a coup in Indonesia with it. They must have an Asia scoring. Oh, they must have the Southeast Asia scoring card. Shit. I can't do anything about that if they play it right away. That's only going to get them 3 points, but it's still not great. Okay. Oh, they played the Olympics. I don't want to give them extra ops. I will participate, actually. And they won, so they get 2 VP. That's better than the alternative. I'm going to leave my decision up for grabs for now until the next episode. I hope you have enjoyed the episode. If you have, please remember to like, subscribe, comment down below. Hopefully you understand how the game works by now. If you still have questions about some of the basic mechanics, please feel free to drop them in the comments. The board's wide open right now. It's going to make for a very interesting decision this next turn because of how high DEFCON is. Asia's on the table, Middle East is on the table. We've got some options that we haven't had in a while. We can do realignment rules. That might actually be a really good use of our time. Play this for some realignment rules, try to kick them out of Japan, South Korea, North Korea. We'll see what happens, though. Until next time, though, this has been Avindian, and I bid you good day.